Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and welcome to another masterclass with Siddhant Kochia. So, Siddhant Kochia, today we're talking about overspending.
Yes.
What?
Yes.
What do you think is overspending good?
Overspending is actually a bad thing for students who are understanding the financial world and understanding how finance works, because that will that is a negative thing in financial students, because overspending as a topic is a really negative thing if you want to start saving money from a very young age. If you start overspending your money at a very young age, you will not be able to save it up for the future.
Okay. So, Siddhant, what are some tips which people can use to control the overspending?
So some tips that people can use is, first of all, they can set up a budget for themselves, which ensures that they're using the 50, 30, and 20 rule to analyze where their spending habits are going, what their needs and wants are, and how can they ensure that their needs are more but their wants are decreasing, so that there is a balance. And they have to ensure that the budgeting is done in such a way that they have more money to save up.
Okay. So, what are some signs that people can see that they are overspending?
So some signs that they can see is through understanding that by creating a daily routine plan, they can understand that, okay, I'm overspending this much in my coming month. So I have to decrease my spending by 10% to ensure I meet that benchmark. So first of all, we have to ensure that we have a benchmark to set, that okay, I will not be spending this much in a year. I won't be spending that much in a year. So in that case, if you are trying to overspend, then you will understand the thin line between the overspending.
So, Siddhant, a lot of kids have been overspending, taking a lot of their parents' money.
Yes.
So, what do you think? How can kids control that, or how should like parents stop in giving a lot of money to them?
So parents can start building them from the start about teaching them basic financial terms of basic financial rules about budgeting, saving up money. They can also encourage children to buy their own stocks. They can encourage children to buy shares of them of some companies, so that they also understand the basics of how finance is important, and then that will lead them to understanding, oh, I'm overspending so much. Then they will have a habit of spending less if they understand how overspending affects the world, affects their life in a very negative way.
So, Siddhant, what are the causes of overspending?
Causes of overspending could be not a if you don't have a proper plan, you tend to overspend a lot. I've seen that with many of my friends or families, where they don't have a proper plan or proper plan which helps them to understand that they don't have like a proper blueprint about what
Okay.
overspending
Yeah.
do we have to do, how much am I spending in a day. They just spend randomly. They do not think about, okay, I'm spending too much on movies right now, should I decrease on movies, or should I spend more on financial money instead.
Like whatever they like, they'll just spend on it.
Exactly.
They don't think. They don't
They
have
do
any
not
second
think, they
thoughts.
just do it according to their liking.
Okay. So, Siddhant, how is overspending important for financial stability?
Overspending actually helps you limit yourselves to ensure that I am not going overboard in my next quarter, or I'm not I'm within the range in my next quarter, and I will ensure that I'm within that range so that I don't go overboard. So overspending gives you that leeway. So it's okay that you overspend a bit, but you cannot overspend to an extent where it will affect your financial stability.
Okay. So, how to ensure that you're staying within the line of spending your money?
So you can ensure that through making a plan for yourself. You can make like a daily plan about my needs, my wants, my spends, and that will ensure that you are ticking off how much am I spending in a day, how much am I actually needing in a day. You can write down the list of important things you need. You can write down the things of the unnecessary things you need, and you have to tally them off in such a way where your unnecessary are decreased and your necessary things are increased.
So, what are some smart money saving habits which people can use who overspend a lot of money in a day or in a month?
So if people are overspending in a day or month, they can start the saving habit from start. They can have like a piggy bank near them, where the money they are trying to overspend, they can use that to put it in the piggy bank as a reserve. Because if you have that reserve, you have that stability of not overspending. You can overspend, you can spend that money in another day. You cannot overspend it on the same day.
Yeah.
Right? So the second option could be that they can gain some, they can look at some videos. That's another excellent way of people understanding where their money is actually being overspent. They can make a clear plan out of how that overspending is affecting my life.
Okay.
And lastly, they can also use like parent advice, parent feedback, which ensures that, because parents have a solid logic about how much should we overspend, how much should we actually spend, because they have lived our childhood as well. They are at a stage where they understand that okay, we need some financial requirements here.
Yeah.
My child will go to college someday. What am I going to achieve if I overspend my money on these areas right now itself?
Correct. You're right. So that is it for today. Masterclass with Siddhant Kochia. Hopefully you join us next time. Thank you.
Thank you.
Awareness sparks change.